ain't gonna lie to y'all, but as an African American who looks real African, right? NBA niggas are annoying as fuck. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, it was once upon a time where I think they were just defending African Americans, but it's just become a point where you niggas are becoming a nuisance. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because every time, because to them, I look too African, so they just automatically assume I'm African. Even though I said plenty of times, South Carolina, my grandma from South Carolina. I talk about South Carolina shit. They will still sit right here and question, are you actually African American? Because you look African. I'm not mixed. I'm not mixed. Right? I don't bleach. I'm not mixed. I don't perm my hair. That's probably the reason why. I just look black as fuck. Right? We not mixed in South Carolina. Some niggas might be. I'm not.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Yano Show. KE. Hope you're good, hope you're fine. So guys, I just want to appreciate each and every person that is showing that love on my channel. So I just want to appreciate you so much for that support. So guys, there's this story that is we've seen that African Americans that they have now come out clearly to associate themselves or say that they are 100% Africans, and we see that they have come out clearly to say that they are now considering themselves that their lineage or their DNA is from Africa. So they have come out clearly now that to say or to on this story to give their views that they are from Africa, and some have given their views or their stories about their lineage, their home ground, and their background is from Africa. So I don't know what is the take on this story. Do you believe or what can you say to the African Americans who are not still believing that they are from Africa? So don't go anywhere, just subscribe, like, comment, and share.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but as an African American who looks real African, right? NBA niggas are annoying as fuck. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, it was once upon a time where I think they were just defending African Americans, but it's just become a point where you niggas are becoming a nuisance. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because every time, because to them, I look too African, so they just automatically assume I'm African. Even though I said plenty of times, South Carolina, my grandma from South Carolina. I talk about South Carolina shit. They will still sit right here and question, are you actually African American? Because you look African. I'm not mixed. I'm not mixed. Right? I don't bleach. I'm not mixed. I don't perm my hair. That's probably the reason why. I just look black as fuck. Right? We not mixed in South Carolina. Some niggas might be. I'm not. Right? My family's not. My town's not mixed. Everybody's blackity black. Like, goddamn, like, niggas, like, I hate how motherfuckers just be talking because they don't know South Carolina like that, right? Like, nobody gives a fuck about South Carolina, which I understand. But if you're going to speak about a bitch from South Carolina, you could at least know a little bit. Like, y'all know how isolated the coast of South Carolina was. Like, everybody on that side is probably like 85 to 95% African, like, especially Gullah Geechee. Right? Especially Gullah Geechees, they're like 90% African too. But, like, yeah, like, I'm just 90% African. That's why I look black. The rest of you niggas like 70. Right? Y'all white. You're white. That's why you're confused. You're white. That's why.
Hey, listen, I beg people, can they stop calling us North Africans, Moroccans, Arabs? We're not Arabs. We are North African. Maghrebi at heart, at dim. Do you understand? Stop all of that Arab talk. All of you people, just allow it, bruv. Man, I don't know Arabs. I don't know who you keep.
Why are you not African? You're just only American?
Yeah, I'm American.
Okay, explain.
So my most recent descendants are literally from Central America and North America, indigenous Black Americans. They have the same color, the same melanin content, but they are not from Africa. I can't name any country in Africa. What I'm saying is that if I take a test right now, I could say some Italian, some German, some Australian up in there, 13% Ghanaian, 19% Nigerian, like who knows and who cares? But what I'm saying is that my immediate ancestors are American.
Oh, yeah.
Mine.
Are they Black?
They're Black, but they're not African. It's a difference. The whole thing about African booty scratchers, and even why Black Americans have been called African booty scratchers, is because the white people have classified us all as coming from Africa because we're all Black. And that's where the whole, like, falsified information has come, where we all come from the Atlantic slave trade and all the Black people were just shipped here to this country and all over. That's not true. We were already here. Like, we were already here lining up every part of the world.
But if what you're saying is true, then you are more Hispanic or Asian than you are Black, because before the transatlantic slave trade, there was what they call Paleo Indian, which those individuals.
No, and once again, you're misinformed, and that's
nice.
Nice.
I'm not saying that's the only people that were here, but
Yeah,
they have Paleo Indians, which the Aztec came from, which the what is it, Aztec, the Inca, those tribes came from what is called Asia to some extent.
What I'm saying is that with the transatlantic slave, like Atlantic slave trade, like you've been like misinformed to think that there were only, what do you say, paleo, like white colored Indians essentially that were here. That's not true. There were black people here, or as people say, the Moors, or whatever you want to call it. There were black people here indigenously, like they were across the whole world.
True Black Africans and African Americans do not claim Black Americans. We are not the same.
You are quite correct. Absolutely correct. Now, it is unfortunate that some of our brothers and sisters still have that complex situation of inferiority, racial inferiority, which has eaten deep into their sense of reasoning.
To everybody that calls me Somali, I'm not fucking Somali. I'm not Somalian. I'm not from Africa. I don't identify with anything African. I am African American. Okay? African Americans are a new breed of African. Okay? We're not from Africa. We're from America. I was born in New York. We're not the same thing. We're not. We're black. That's an American thing. Black isn't anywhere else besides America. We are a new tribe. Okay? We don't look nothing like y'all. We don't talk nothing like y'all. We don't dress nothing like y'all. Know the difference. We are not the same. At all. Period. Point blank. Have a nice night. Have a good day.
I'm always going to be known as a Black American. I can't call myself an African American, because when they want to separate us, then they say we are African American. But remember this: when I'm competing in the Olympics, I didn't compete on an African American Olympic team. I competed on an American Olympic team. So don't separate me when you want to separate me.
And that's the kind of stuff that annoys me, because I have 2 Black American parents. I have 4 Black grandparents. I have 8 Black great-grandparents. I am 100% Black. And to tell a Black American or an African American that they have to acknowledge some faraway mixed ancestry is A, disingenuous, and B, it's disrespectful to my Blackness. I never said I was 100% African. I said I'm 100% Black, and I am 100% Black. Go ahead somewhere with y'all crazy ass complexes. No, we niggas in the US, we know we Black, and we are okay with that. That is 100% fine and okay for us. Again, with the social construct of race, I am 100% Black American in the space where I exist as a Black person. Because of my heritage, because of my lineage, because of the societal experiences around me, I'm 100% Black. Back up.
I am a Black American, and I absolutely love to travel to the continent of.
This is for the African Americans who think exactly like her, because I know it's not all of you. Whenever you decide to buy a ticket and visit another country, predominantly Africa or the Caribbean, can you please make sure to leave that stereotypical mindset that was inflicted upon you by these white people that oppressed you at the door before you enter? And if you can't do that, simply don't go. Girl went to Africa and someone got injured. Oh my God, someone got injured. Someone's phone got stolen. Oh my God, someone's phone got stolen. Sweetheart, you are from a country where a teenager can go to Walmart and buy a gun. America has the highest number of serial killers. You are from a country where when a white teenager feels depressed, he goes and shoots up a school. You are from a country where people who look exactly like you get murdered in broad daylight, with all the evidence to show that they were actually murdered and never get any justice. So please explain to me how you can boldly acknowledge crime or incidents elsewhere, but you can't notice it in your own backyard. So crazy to me how the Western world have conditioned and convinced themselves and the people in their community to believe that crime exists everywhere else apart from the Western world. No, because let me do this again. Did people not die at Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester, England? Did Kim Kardashian not get robbed at gunpoint in Paris? And yet you still only acknowledge that crime exists in Africa? Some of these people are the same ones who will come on social media and make these stereotypical jokes about Africa, about the fact that Africa doesn't have any water. Meanwhile, Michigan don't have none neither. You lot will come on this app and stay shouting about how they live in mud huts and how they live in trees, but will never take a moment to look at the statistics of homelessness in LA and New York. People like you will come on this app and stay preaching and talking about how impoverished and poor and disadvantaged and how sad it is to be African and live in Africa because of how Africa is. Meanwhile, you're getting oppressed in your own country. Believe it or not, it's the same way when some of them go to the Caribbean. And you know, funny enough, same thing happens in Jamaica. Same thing. If you ever travel to Jamaica, just make friends with one of the staff at the hotel and ask them the worst guests who visit, and they will boldly tell you African Americans. And you wonder why some Caribbeans and Africans simply just don't like some of you. Because you lot come here and stay in other people's business and stay talking shit, knocking your cent against somebody else's dollar. You lot can really stay at the land of the free that ain't free. You really can stay there. Nobody's begging you to carry your bag and come. Do you understand? Don't buy tickets. Stay home.
So I am from Africa, right? So, and at a very young age, that is instilled in me. And when I did my DNA test, it traced back to heaven. Because I was like, why am I so defiant? Why am I so tough? Why am I so sexy? Why am I so good looking? But like, why is my bone so strong? And I was like, man. And then when I traced it back, it traced straight back to Nigeria.
No, not Nigeria.
It's not, I'm just telling you. It's not, no, and I ain't saying that because we got a lot of Nigeria.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel my ancestors, man. I feel my ancestors. I feel them calling. I feel my ancestors. Oh, this is the land of the blacks. Because these people are black. See, I'm having this natural mango, man. Straight from the earth, straight from Mother Nature. Okay, we got some real fruits, man. Not that GMO shit in Detroit. We got the real fruits from God, from the source, from the earth. You see the earth. Grand rising, y'all. Right now, we in nature. You know, I'm in the jungle right now, man. Nah, not that fake concrete jungle in New York. I'm in the real jungle, man. Nature's the closest thing to God. This is where we're supposed to be. Cause you know, like when I see you, I see myself in y'all, man. We family. We family, you know. Like, you know, we the same, man. They see us the same way.
No, I said that.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like,
But can we just talk about how African Americans and Africans don't even look that different?
I am convinced that a lot of West Africans do not have a good idea of what they actually look like. Because as a Black American, I can tell from a mile away whether you're Black American or whether you're African. And it has nothing to do with your facial features. It has nothing to do with your skin tone. It has nothing to do with your hair texture. I can tell by looking in your eyes whether you are African or Black American. Black Americans are 400 years removed from Africa. Majority of Africans have 90 to 100% African DNA. Majority of Black Americans have about 20% European DNA. So you're not going to sit up here and tell me that I look like someone who has 90 to 100% African in them when I'm 1/3 white. And I think the big issue here is I feel like a lot of African people feel as if a Black American person is saying, oh, we don't look like you, then we're calling you ugly. No, that's not the case. We just don't look like you. Any Black American would be able to look at you and say, oh yeah, you're African, or hey, you're Jamaican, or hey, you're a Black American. Because we as a community have built such a tight-knit community that we know who our people are. We know our kinfolk. And us saying that we do not look like you and that we can tell the difference it's not throwing shade at you at all. It's not saying, oh, you're less attractive or that we're better than you. It's not saying that at all. I've had so many Africans say, oh, you look like you're from South Africa. You look Egyptian. You look like you're from East Africa. You look at everything except for the fact that my ancestry is West African. Honey, no. The features that you see that don't look 100% West African, it's just European DNA. And it's from slavery. And I wish a lot of African people would just stop trying to gaslight Black Americans and just respect the fact that we are a separate group of people with our own cultures, with our own identities, with our own separate looks.
Bro, when I went to Ghana, that was the first time I felt like just a Black man.
Yeah.
I'm not a Black man who's a threat. I'm not a Black man that is ghetto because he's wearing a do-rag.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a black man that's uneducated.
Yep.
I'm not a black man that's trying to rob you.
Yep.
I'm just a black man.
Yeah.
That was the first time in my life that I literally walked outside in society and I felt no pressure to try and conform to what I think people's perceptions of me are.
Right.
And I think we carry that weight so often that we don't realize how heavy it is until we don't have to carry it anymore, bro.
Man.
Puerto Ricans are black. Dominicans are black. Jamaicans are black. Nigerians are black. Creole people are black. When I was growing up, none of these groups wanted to be black or be associated with blackness. Very much so anti-black. So I'm in shock how everyone all of a sudden wants to be black. When it all comes down to it, they don't want to be black. It's just that they want to be able to be a part of black culture and be able to use the N-word and be able to go in and out of blackness whenever they choose, to take our scholarships, to be our representatives. But they don't actually want to be a part of Black America or part of our struggles. But they very much so want to be a part of our triumphs and celebrations. So yeah, now everybody's black. Yeah.
I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers or anything, but am I the only person, black African-American person, who remembers when anybody else who was a part of the African diaspora used to differentiate themselves from us? Like, oh, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, I'm Haitian. I'm not black, I'm Panamanian. But now it's like, bro, we're all black. I don't know. It's like now that we're on the forefront, which we've always been, but now that it's really trending, it's like, I don't know, they want to claim it as theirs. But before, they had to make sure that everybody knew that they were foreign and they were not like us.
That there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it.
Being black is not just, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but being black is not just the color of your skin. It's like, and I know you've been to Africa and everything like that, but it's a cultural thing. Me and Vince, like we, you know, African Americans, you know, we are descendants of slaves, and our ancestors endured a lot, went through a lot of things, fought for their place in society when they were considered like animals at one point. And that's our heritage that allots us the privilege of calling ourselves black and being proud in the skin that we wear because we were born with it, and the people before us laid the foundation for us to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to add to that, one thing too is in a sense, like, how could you feel like you identify with that if, you know, just by changing the color of your skin?
Unless you're going to get left behind. So this is where we're at with it. We're saying that we're a very distinct lineage. We're a very distinct group. I know that there's a lot of these pretendians. I like to call them pretendians too, even though because they're not real people. Please don't listen to them. Please, y'all. I know that they're all over this TikTok stuff. Those people do not know what they're saying. They're just weird old head cases. I'm sorry if I'm being long-winded, but
no, you're not being long. I have a question for you, by the way.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what is your mother's perspective? Because if you're saying the guy who just spoke is like 60 something, your mom is 70, does she have a perspective about this? What does she think? Is she old school as well?
Yeah, but you know, she's of the ilk of we're black Americans. Like growing up, my mother would play in the house, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. The James Brown, I don't know if you heard that. That's the music of my childhood because my mother is a child of the 60s and 70s. So she would play that type of stuff in the house in the 90s.
Black power for the breadwinners sisters. They want to call himself African American. No such a thing, African American. If you black, Proud of you, Africa.
Where do you think that people from Africa get that perception of black people from? Do you think it's because that's how white America perceives us and that's like what they perpetuated? Or do you think it's because that's what they actually see in black people and what they're doing?
I think definitely like on the TV, right? When you're in Africa, like you have these perfect images of America, but you also have this perfect image of like America is like full of like white wealthy people. You have a tendency of be more like receptive to them,
yeah,
versus like how black people are portrayed
yeah.
on TV, like violent,
right,
aggressive, and poor, they theft, they, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up with that sort of imagery, and then but when you come here, you move into the urban setting or city,
mm-hmm.
then you really see like a concentration of black people in the project, concentration of black people like out on the street. So it's kind of starting to really like validate some of these stereotypes.
Yeah.
I didn't know I wasn't dark skinned until I went to Nigeria. And before y'all crucify me, hear me out, please. Obviously, I've always known there are people who are shades darker than me, but in America growing up, everybody under a certain color was just dark skinned. Like you were just dark skinned, or you were yellow, you were red bone, or you were yellow bone. So I spent my entire life saying I'm dark skinned. I went to Nigeria and that was the first time I went there, and I kept saying I was dark skinned to people, and all my friends who were like from the South, from like Bayelsa or Delta State, they would laugh at me. They're like, "You're not fucking dark skinned. You look like an Igbo man," as you guys all know from my last video. And I'm like, I had no idea what that meant. When I was at my friend's wedding in 2022, and we were in Warri, we had a conversation at her father's house, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm dark skinned," and they were like, "You're medium tone," and I was like, "What the fuck is medium tone?" I've never heard that phrase in my life, and it just amazes me that where we are in the world, it depicts how you see yourself and how others see you, and what your color, quote unquote, is. But yeah, I learned in Nigeria that even this last trip, I was talking to 3 Igbo people, and they were talking about like skin tones, and they were like, "Yeah, you know, our skin tone," and I was like, "Our skin tone? Like I don't know. I think we're all black." But there's more diversity because of everybody's black. There's different layers to it. Do you guys agree with me? All the people who grew up in America, like I just feel like you were either high yellow, red bone, or dark skin. I never got called brown skin growing up.
Without my accent, can you really tell that I'm Nigerian? Since you can differentiate between Nigerian and African Americans, can you tell? You want to boycott African businesses, you only have such energy for black people. You don't reserve such energy for Asians and Koreans and this. If delusional was a person, it's going to be this particular set of African American folks. Go sit down.
What country does my daddy look like he's from? Now this is my daddy, born and raised South Carolina. What country does he look like he's from on the continent of Africa?
There is no other race that can relate to black people, period. There's nothing that can be done. There's nothing that can be said. No other race can relate to black people. Is that simple? You got some people that aren't black trying to mimic us, mimic our culture, mimic the way we sound, the way we talk, but they will never be able to relate to what we go through at all. I don't care how many rap videos you've been in. I don't care if you listen to NBA Youngboy, Kodak Black, Rod Wave. You'll never be able to relate to our culture, anything related to black people at all.
As a black person, I am no longer afraid to admit, now that I have your attention, hey black people, I want you to pay attention to your views and your engagement on any video that you make about this subject matter, which has literally turned into us ripping each other to shreds on this app. And the reason I'm inviting you to do this is because I'm starting to notice a trend. Whenever there's a trend that involves us being especially cruel to each other, going back and forth talking about each other, clashing, it's very, very easy for people to go viral talking about that. I'm talking accounts that are in Suppression City, accounts that are in the 200 view jail. If you see videos on this subject matter, just look at the creator's views on this subject versus everything else that they talk about, and you will see a stark difference. You'll also notice that this is being pushed more heavily to your FYP, even when you engage in other trending topics. I just want y'all to notice and pay attention to that, because whenever we are on here being negative towards each other, suddenly we are getting released from Suppression City.